It's your boy, twitch.tv/, in my opinion, and today we are talking about Twitch. I figured I'd talk about Twitch today because it's just been something I hear more and more about. The issue I find with it, I think it's a great platform where you can kind of talk about whatever and kind of do whatever. There's people who just kind of sit around and talk about whatever. There's people who do podcasts, do TV shows, and people just walk down the street. And I think that's awesome. I think that's the concept of that. I hear that a lot of the issues with Twitch is like their rules and stuff with that. But other than that, I think you gotta have rules, I guess. And some of them are kind of stupid, and some of them are, a little bit too harsh. But it comes down to, I guess they were the first platform. There is also Mixer. I guess streaming in general things is fun to do. It's a very fun way to kind of watch other people do something, or if you just like the personality. I think it's really based on personality. When it comes to that kind of stuff, you have to really kind of take into account what are they offering to the table. Do you like them in something else? That's where I really go when it comes to watching people on Twitch. If you see people that I follow on Twitch, they're either interesting or I know them personally. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and try to watch someone who is dull and boring and doesn't answer when I try to contact them, or and that's the thing too. I always wanted to be a Twitch streamer, but the problem is that when it gets to a certain point, you're really getting no one to respond to you. Like there's so many people in a room. Like I would hate to be that person in Twitch, to have so many people on Twitch that, like, if I had so many followers that I wouldn't be able to respond to people. Because I think the interactivity is the fun part, and then now they're adding in, I think, games and stuff, and like decisions you can make while you're watching someone stream. That's cool too. I mean, I guess that's fun, but you're really going for that interaction, and I don't see why. I don't know. That when I went on it recently, I watched people do a lot of the different things where they were sending bits, or trying to talk, and do different things. It's just weird. I just found it very weird when I watched it and went on it recently, and it feels like it seems more exclusive lately with the Twitch Prime, and they really try hard to get people to subscribe and stuff, which is fine. But it's like with YouTube, you can subscribe to anybody, and then with Twitch, it costs money to actually get Twitch Prime. So it's kind of like YouTube Red, where you don't really need it, but it, I guess, makes the interaction better. But that's what I'm saying, though, with, there's a lot of people who... I knew someone personally who was a big Twitch streamer, had about 500, and even then, it wasn't the concept of they were able to talk to everybody. It became more of like a huddled mass of people. It becomes more sentient at a point, and it kind of gets, I think, would be frustrating as far as a content person who was streaming stuff, to be able to keep on doing that and keep on, like, having a following. I would really want to have a group of people who I could talk to, moderators, people who would be able to interact with and just have content to share. I think streaming overall, when you get too big, it kind of gets difficult to do. That's really my issue with that. I would like to have like a Twitch stream of like a couple amount of people, maybe like 300, maybe 400, 500, like around a small amount, because it just seems like you're not interacting at that point. You're kind of interacting with, I mean, you're playing the game, of course, but at that point you're not really interacting with anything. You're kind of just doing your own thing, and kind of not having a team there at all. It's just a bunch of people just giving you money, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I personally, I think it's a bad concept as far as people who get too big. It gets to a point where it's difficult to cater to everyone. I mean, you don't need to cater to everyone, of course, but it's the fact that Twitch streaming, people feel like they have a voice in that as far as being an audience member, and I think with the new things, I guess it would help with that kind of stuff, trying to have a voice in the conversation and having some kind of feedback. But as far as a content creator, it just seems like as a Twitch streamer, it would be a lot of voices to something you can't really hear, I guess. Or like, it's a lot of voices that you can't adhere to, and then I think that's where it gets difficult. But yeah, I mean, I hope to do that, and I enjoy streaming. Streaming is fun. Streaming, it's nice to have nice chats with people. It's nice to have people in there. You know, shout out to my friend Shane. You know, he's shown up. There's people who, you know, come in and stop by and just watch, which is fine. I think it's the social part about Twitch that it's like the act of watching someone play a game and enjoying that. I had plenty of people, I had plenty of girlfriends and exes and people who I'd hang out with that would just watch people play games. And that's fun. I mean, I think that's a good concept to have, you know, just watch people play games. People could enjoy things by just watching, and I think that's pretty cool. I agree with Twitch, but I think a lot of the Twitch stuff gets a little bit over encompassing and too much. But I mean, I guess you gotta have that happy medium in that. So, I mean, if you Twitch stream, you know, give me your opinion. If you want to, you know, stream on Twitch, I'd say let me know. And you know, I'd say there's nothing really stopping you now, because I mean, nowadays they just fucking sit there and talk to people. It's not even like a thing of. It's not even like a thing of, you know, actual, you know, gaming. It could be whatever. And hopefully, I mean, I want to get stuff where people are enjoying the community that they are a part of when it comes to me, and hopefully that would be something that I set up and you know, be a part of. I think that's why it's easier to do YouTube. It's more planned out. It's more set up. I'm good on my feet as far as reacting to people, but there's some nights where I remember working at my old job, I was just so out of it that I didn't feel like really interacting or being funny, and I think that's one of the things where you have to always be on and be willing to just be, you know, a shell of yourself, or I guess like a over-exaggerated version of yourself, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it was fun when I was doing Twitch, but for the most part, it really doesn't mean anything unless you have people who are actually there to watch you and actually interact with you. So, if you haven't checked out Twitch yet, I would say definitely do it. There's also Mixer out there. Don't really use Mixer as much, but, you know, you can still check that out too. So, I will see you guys next time. And I'll, if you would like to watch my Twitch stream, I'll also put that information below and everything else below. I mean, if you're watching this video, you probably have already found my YouTube. So, I'll see you guys next time. With this, it's my love of Hayley Williams, where she can make songs where it makes me feel like I can relate to them, and they don't feel like it's just her dealing with shit. It feels like she can talk about something that everyone deals with, and that is the fact that, you know, when it comes to dealing with situations, you have to keep a cool head, and you know, there's a way of